In a mountain village where the roads turned to mud in the rain and dust in the summer, there lived a peasant farmer named Daiichi. He had no sword, no title, no noble blood, only rough hands, a sore back, and the quiet shame of a man who felt weak in spirit. Not weak in body. The work had made him strong enough. Weak in the way that matters more. He hesitated. He complained in his own mind. He started things with energy and finished them with resentment. He wanted the steadiness of a warrior, but lived by mood. Then one autumn evening, after a long day in the fields, he found an old ronin sitting beside the road near the cedar grove. The man wore a weathered straw cloak, but a sword rested at his side. He sat so still, he seemed carved from the mountain itself. As Daiichi passed, the ronin said, "You strike the earth as if you resent it." Daiichi stopped. "I've worked since dawn. If the earth feels my resentment, it has earned it." The ronin looked up. "Then it will teach you nothing." The next morning, before sunrise, Daiichi found the old man standing at the edge of the field. "Why are you here?" Daiichi asked. "To see whether you truly wish to be stronger," the ronin said. "Most men do not. They only wish to feel stronger for an hour." Then he stepped into the field and pressed his sandal into the soil. "Earth practice," he said, "is not about dirt. It's about foundation. If your foundation is rotten, nothing above it will stand." He raised one finger. "First, finish the ground beneath your feet." Daiichi frowned. The ronin pointed around the farm. Half-turned soil, tools left out, a broken frame, bundles stacked carelessly. "You suffer," he said, "because everything around you is half-finished. Your eye sees disorder, your mind absorbs it. You call this ordinary. It is training in carelessness." He handed Daiichi the hoe. "Today you will complete one section of this field fully. Straight rows, clean edges, tools returned, no wandering mind." So Daiichi worked. Every time he rushed, the ronin stopped him. Again, he was thinking ahead. The row in front of you is your life. Why are you living 3 rows ahead? By sunset, one section of the field was finished cleanly and completely. It was only a small patch of land, but standing over it, Daiichi felt something he had not felt in a long time. Relief. The ronin nodded. "First lesson. Complete what is beneath your feet. Disorder is not harmless. It trains weakness." Then he raised a second finger. "Second, stand where you stand." The next morning he would take Daiichi to the river before sunrise. Mist hovered over the water. The stones were dark and cold. The ronin handed him a flat stone. "Hold this at chest height," Daiichi said. After a minute, his arms began to burn. "What is the point of this?" he asked. "The stone weighs what it weighs," said the ronin, "but your suffering grows because you argue with holding it. One part of you holds, another part complains, another begs for the end." He stepped closer. "Most men do not break from the burden. They break from carrying the burden, the fear of it, the resentment of it, all at once." Then his voice hardened. "Stand." Daiichi held the stone until his shoulders shook, and somewhere in that comfort, his mind became quiet. The river, the cold air, the weight, the exact place of his feet. Nothing else. That day in the fields he worked differently. When he lifted, he lifted. When he dug, he dug. When his thoughts ran ahead, he pulled them back to the tool in his hands. The ronin raised a third finger. Third, choose the necessary thing before your feelings speak. A few days later, a storm rolled down from the hills. Rain hammered the fields. A fence collapsed. One of the trenches overflowed. If it broke fully, the lower field would have drowned by morning. Daiichi stood in the doorway, staring at the damage. Every part of him wanted to wait until morning. Behind him, the ronin said, "Now we see whether you were only comforted by my words." He pointed to the trench. "You know what must be done." Daiichi did know. He also knew it would mean cold mud, darkness, numb hands, and exhausted. "I am tired," he said. "Good," said the ronin. "Then we are past pretending." This is where most men lose their lives. Not in great defeat, in small permission. Thunder rolled across the valley. Then Daiichi moved. He hauled stones, drove stakes, packed earth, and worked in the rain until his body shook. He wanted to stop every few minutes, but now the lessons had become one. Finish the ground beneath your feet. Stand where you stand. Choose the necessary thing before your feelings speak. Near midnight, the trench held. The field was scarred, but saved. Daiichi dropped one knee into the mud, breathing hard. The ronin stood over him and said, "Now you understand. Earth practices structure. It is reality accepted without complaint. Form saves energy. Presence saves spirit. Disciplined action saves the day when emotion cannot." Months passed, then winter, then spring. The villagers noticed the change. Daiichi still wore peasant clothes, still worked the same land, but he no longer moved like a man being dragged through his life. His farm was orderly. His work was steadier. His mind was quieter. One morning he went to the cedar grove to find the ronin, but he was gone. No farewell, no footprints, only an empty place by the road. So here is what the farmer learned, and what you must start today. First, complete what is beneath your feet. Finish the task, clean the space, put your tools in order. Stop living in half-done things. Second, stand where you stand. Stop carrying tomorrow, yesterday, and your inner argument into every moment. Presence is strength. Third, choose the necessary thing before your feelings speak. Do what must be done before comfort starts negotiating. If this story has hit something real in you, like the video and subscribe. This channel is for people who want more than motivation. It is for people who want discipline, structure, and the kind of inner weight that cannot be faked. Because Daiichi did not become stronger when life became easier. He became stronger when he learned to meet the earth as it is, firmly, plainly, and with both hands committed.